I had a really bad wreck when I was 7 years old in a go-kart. Flipped over, crying, and I wasn't hurt, but just freaked out. And I said, "Dad, I just want to go home." And he kind of looked at me and he's like, "No, that's not how we do it. You got to get back on the horse. You got to go back out there." And sure enough, I did, and we won the race. It couldn't have worked out any better for his life lesson, right?
Your rookie year in Cup, and your dad helped you all along this journey to reach this level. Where do you feel like his impact was the greatest?
Yeah, he was the one that got me to the racetrack. He was my crew chief for a lot of years. He'd come home from work, eat dinner, go out to the barn, and he'd work out there from 7 o'clock till 3 in the morning, get up and go to work at 6:30. There's no way I would be where I am, be the person I am without him.
You're a young guy going up the ladder in NASCAR, and then you get the phone call that no one ever wants to get when your parents told you that your dad was sick.
My mom had told me that he had lost some feeling in his arm, and a day went by and I didn't hear anything, and I was thinking, it's not just a pinched nerve, it's not something that simple. Not to bring the mood down in here, but my dad, he actually got diagnosed with cancer about a month ago. I thought if I could show up to the track every week and run up front and give him something to look forward to on the weekends, that would mean more to him than anything.
You beat the best, baby. You beat the best at Bristol. You hear me? You beat the best.
Just on the phone with him and my mom, and first win that they haven't been here for. Hard to hold the emotions back for that one. You don't expect to have to lose a parent at 20 years old. You don't know how to deal with it. Been a few weekends where, we've had a tough race, and it's like, man, I'd just love to talk to my dad. He always he had the answer. I'm really lucky and thankful that I had such a great dad. I work every day to become the man he was.
One of the connections you guys had, obviously cars and Corvettes. He had a 65.
I remember him delivering it back to Michigan. We picked it up one night, he stops and he says, "You want to drive?" And I was like, heck yeah. I'm 9 years old, I'm just trying to see over the wheel. So I'm going down the road trying to drive it, shifting. He's just sitting over there just riding along, not worried about a thing. Pulling the house, and he's like, "All right, now just don't tell your mom about this." And I'm like, okay. About 2008, 9, he came home and said, I sold the 65 today. And I said, "Why?" I figured it'd help us out racing, so I sold it. I was like, well, you didn't have to do that. You don't understand some of the sacrifices that parents want to make for their kids. I think that meant much more to him than having that car. After he got sick, I thought, man, I'd really like to be able to find that car and get it back. Getting back in there and it just smelling the same and sounding the same and driving the same, it was kind of a surreal experience. We did a heck of a lot in 20 years. Experiences that I'll have forever. I look for a connection with him any way I can get every day, and getting in that thing and firing it up and just driving around and thinking about the times we had it's almost therapeutic in a way. Just kind of forget about everything for a while.